Hello everyone, this is Joanna Filatovich for you. And today I have with me Sylvia Schattschneider from Germany, and she is nutritionist. She has some good news for us today. Hi Sylvia, how are you doing there?
Hi, Joanna. I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm good and nice to have you here. Finally, we scheduled this interesting dialogue about food, nutrition, and how to take care of ourselves through the food and what kind of food. So let's start. What drew you to this particular subject about how to best nutrition yourself?
So I have to say, many years ago, I was young, and yeah, it started with some health problems, stomach problems, and colon problems, and I always tried to find out what caused the problems. And it was a long path. Doctors didn't really take me serious in the beginning because, yeah, if you're young, you know how this is. Then they think, yeah, it's just something with stress or so. But then after many years, I figured out I got a lactose intolerance, and then also was reacting to different kind of foods like flours and stuff like that. So I tried different kind of diets, I have to say, which were kind of successful and not. And then I started to eat the whole food, and just went to the whole food store, bought healthier food, and tried this way, and this worked out very well. For a long time, I did this kind of nutrition to my eatings, and I felt much better, got more energy, pain got away, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then you told me before that you started to study the subject a little bit deeper. You even did your certificate in it, and you started to study it on the level that you found much more, probably more than just going to the healthy food store, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then we went to the US, and there it was not so easy in the beginning to find the right food for the problems I had, but then we found this out, and when we came back 3 years later, so I decided, okay, I want to study it a bit more professional and go into the details and learn more about it. So then I did a 1 year nutrition degree in Mannheim. And after this, I got also a Basenfasten trainer with Sabine Wacker. She is also a nutritionist in Mannheim, and she trains people. So I had this both certificates, and then I started to practice on my own, and also taught different friends who had problems. And then I got more and more into this, and found out this is really something people
Mm-hmm.
have interest in it, and it's needed. It's necessary maybe to find a way to get.
Very much.
Mm-hmm.
Very much. There's a lot of very young people right now that they tell me also, some of the people I know, about stomach problems, and doctors are telling the same thing, that it's indigestion, take it easy, don't stress, but it is far more complex. So let's start with that before I move to any other important, anything that you dealt with, maybe like diabetes, obesity, or whatever is there. What did you discover first? How to help yourself and these people that had similar problems, let's say food allergies, sensitive stomach on some sort of, what did you discover? What helps?
Yeah, so first, I figured out as more food which had supplements in it I ate, the more problems I got. So I tried to just prepare my food on my own, fresh,
Mm-hmm.
and just leave carbohydrates out, and especially sugar out of my diets, and this is what made a big impact on it. And yeah, it really gave my stomach and my colon a lot of freedom and time to recover. And then the whole body started to get more energy, and yeah, I felt very well. The pain started to get away, and yeah, I didn't get a blow up stomach, and yeah, this was very, very healthy, and yeah, a long way to find out, but in the end, it was worth.
How I think it could be hard for many people to get rid of sugar, chocolate. I love chocolate. How do you motivate yourself and other people that you are helping to stick to the diet, to the directions that you are proposing for them, except of preparing food?
Yeah, so we slowly started. We set us a goal. So I have always the goal 1 week. Okay, you have to be prepared in your mind to do it. I mean, you really have to want this, and then you start and say, okay, on a Saturday I start, then I have Saturday, Sunday to prepare and get, start to get rid of the carbohydrates in your body, because this is also kind of an addiction. You feel the first 2-3 days you really get pain, you get headache, you feel awful sometimes. And so you have to know before you start, and this is something I have to get prepared in my mind, of course. So I say, okay, I do it in 1 week start. Just leave out carbohydrates and sugar, drink no alcohol, no coffee, no tea, only herbal tea, and water. So this you really have to make up in your mind, and you have to prepare a lot, because you have to prepare everything fresh and cook a lot, because you can eat as much as you want. You don't have to be hungry, but yeah, you have to prepare 3 meals a day. And this, you need to make up your mind for this, and then say, okay, I do it 1 week, and then I will see what is the outcome. And this is how I started. And I also included my husband. He was, it took a while, but now, after so many years, I mean, we probably do this now for 6, 7, or 8 years. Every year, 2, 3, 4 times, depending on our condition, we try to include this in our life. And then
this isn't, sorry to interrupt you.
No.
This is not permanent. You do that for a week or a longer period of time, this specific diet, in order to heal, and then you take a break. You eat whatever you want, and then you come back to it.
No, we don't eat what we want. I mean, during the rest of the year, we do this 80%, 20% rule. So we eat 80% fruits, vegetables, and no carbohydrates, and have 20% of, something pleasant, I would say. I mean, you can also, eat some meat or fish, and, also some cheese, whatever you can eat, what is good for your body. But you should maybe try not go under this 80-20% rule. I mean, of course, there are days if you invite it also, and you go with friends out also, sure, you can just make an exception, but then try to go back and stick to this
until it becomes a habit. So tell us, what shall we eat? How do we prepare our meals? What is the most important? Maybe some sample of the recipe, or something general also. How do we start? What we should eat, what we should not eat?
So for breakfast, we usually eat a vegetable salad, and we add some nuts or sunflowers or other ingredients, like what is it called? Oat. Yeah. And so you can eat this, and you can also have a bit of yogurt if you can eat this. So we usually eat this lactose-free milk products, and we add there a bit, and then we eat this for breakfast. And then also we include cinnamon, 1 spoon of cinnamon, 1 spoon of ginger, and 1 spoon of chili. And then
that?
Yeah, we add this to the salad, and then we also add oil, linen oil, or cold pressed oil, which has this omega-3 fat in it. And so this is our breakfast. It lasts a long time, so you can have it for 3 hours, and then you're really filled. I mean, if you in the beginning, if you are hungry, you can in between you can eat some nuts or some dry fruits, or also some carrots or other vegetables. And then for lunch, we normally have either a salad with different kind of ingredients, whatever you like, or I cook a soup, or I also cook only vegetables and potatoes. Potatoes are the only carbohydrates you can eat during this fasting period.
I will have a question right there for the breakfast part, because you mentioned salad, and a lot of people understand different things under salad. Is it the green salad, or do you?
No. This is only vegetables.
Tomatoes, pepper, onion. Do you recommend that?
No, I mean, this is up to you. If you like this, you can eat this also for breakfast. That's fine. I mean, we usually only eat fruits. So we add 3 different, sometimes 4 different kind of fruits, which is available at the moment, seasonal. You know, in the winter time, it's a bit more difficult, but in the summertime, I mean, there's a lot of fresh fruits. So we have this. We have a huge bowl, and it lasts a long time. I mean.
Okay, so you have and when you eat fruits, it's okay to eat it also after a salad, or how long is supposed to be a break between one and another? Because
you don't. I mean, you have to figure it out for yourself. If you feel hungry, you just try to eat something, not too much, maybe 2 carrots, or maybe a tomato and some cucumber, or in between if you are hungry, or just 2, 3 dry fruits or some nuts. You can try how hungry you are between the big meals. And then after 3-4 hours, depending on your own condition, you just eat another meal. And then in the evening, I always recommend to eat around 6:30, and then not later than 7 o'clock. And if you get in the beginning, I mean, the first 2-3 days, of course, you get maybe a bit hungry later in the evening if you're used to maybe eat some chocolate or so. Then we have a little bowl with some dried fruits, nuts, or also some other vegetables like tomatoes.
Snack in between, in case, yes.
Yes, I mean, you should have it ready, so then you are not, looking around for other things. You have to train yourself. This is hard, of course. As I said, the first 3 days are always the hardest, because the body, has to go on level 0, and this is like getting rid of alcohol, or if you stop smoking or something like this. This is an addiction. You have to make your mind up for this.
So how do you trick someone's mind? Because that subconscious mind wants always more. So how do you discover through your practice already with people that there is a certain way that you can trick this person, so it's going to lessen that impact?
Yeah, so if this starts, maybe it helps also if you just drink some nice fruit herbal tea. I usually mix this fruits and herbs with as a tea, makes gives a very fruity taste. And if in the beginning, if you have a bit more problems, you can add. I recommend always also to say just add one tablespoon of honey, for example. So it's not too sweet, but it still gives your brain, you know, a little bit this input. Oh, there is something. So in the beginning, you can start doing this. Also, if you eat the wet fruit in the morning, you can also add a bit of honey if it's not sweet enough in the beginning, and just train yourself a bit to get rid of this sugar impact in your brain.
What kind of herbs do you recommend? Because you mentioned herbal teas. Are they any best?
Yeah, there is this Basen tea, which you can buy at the nutrition store, Alnatura, or any other.
They have a lot. They have a
and they have a lot of very, very good teas. You have to look for herbal teas. You can drink any tea, any herbal tea you like, but you should avoid black tea, green tea, or white tea. This is also kind of has theine, like caffeine, so you should just not use it during that fasting period. I mean, if you eat regular, then you can still add it to your diet.
You mentioned you are planning also to go a little bit more and create some nice recipe, maybe on YouTube also for people. We could also add some information how people can find you now, because you are in the preparation of your website at the moment. How best is to find you?
Yeah, at the moment I'm in Facebook reachable or in LinkedIn.
Okay, we are going to link that if you guys have more questions about it, about the nutrition, and maybe you are in the area and you would like to find out and have some more healthy alternative for yourself. But I have a little bit more questions here. Do you use supplements? Do you think they are necessary?
If you prepare a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, and also add this sprouts, for example. Sprouts have a lot of energy and all the vitamins they have in there. So if you add them to your salads, also to your soups or to your other meals, you just can add them a bit, and then the body has actually everything. So I'm not really a fan of supplements, except vitamin D in the wintertime when the sun is not out too much, or also some vitamin B. I mean, it's in combination sometimes you can get this, and also magnesium. This is actually the only supplements I would on my own recommend, and also I take them sometimes.
Since you mentioned that vitamin D free, I would just add quickly, because I had that prescription from a doctor either, and then I had a pain in my kidneys. Well, kidneys doesn't hurt, but you know, the lower part of the body.
Yeah.
But then I learned from the Polish doctors that you are not allowed to take vitamin D free without K2, because you are damaging kidneys. So I just want to make sure that, you know, people not randomly go to the store and get vitamin D free.
No. This vitamin D I'm taking, I get a prescription from the doctor. So it's controlled by the doctors. They also take a blood test sometimes to check. And they also only give it to us during the winter time when the sun is not out too much and you are not outside too often because of the weather, the darkness. But actually what I wanted to say is it is also very, very important to drink a lot, also while you are doing this diet. And what also helps a lot, we eat what we supplement to our morning fruit salad. We also add this, what is it called? Now I forgot it. but it helps for the stomach. It's Flohsamen. Not sure what it is in English, but you can get this at the Reform House, also at the pharmacy store. And you can add one tablespoon or 2 tablespoons to the morning fruit salad, and then it helps to get the stuff out of the body a bit faster.
It sounds all so simple. Just eat well and feel well, right?
Yes, it would be. If not, if there wouldn't be all this nice stuff out.
Right. I think the most problems people would have with that diet, and there's so much is already said about it, of course, in internet and in any kinds of media. Just eat healthy and to make it more exciting for yourself. But I think the most difficult part is to stick to it. I will go back to that. Because of course, if people have a serious problems and there is no other way, they feel really, really bad. They have to try it out and try to, maybe sometimes they force themselves in order to be able to do that for a while to get better. But for young people, maybe especially if they are feeling healthy and they just had it every now and then, I don't think that they are able to stick to this diet. I wouldn't. I admit I wouldn't. Do you have any more tricks that could help people to stop eating sugar, anything that is not like because are you also recommending meat and cheese, these products?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can also eat meat. I mean, we don't eat meat every day or cheese, but we add it also to our daily or weekly meals. I mean, it's something you should enjoy, of course. You should not just limit yourself to this for the whole life. I mean, if you have serious problems and want to find out if this kind of diet really helps you, you should do it for a certain time of period, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and find out is your body taking it or not. And I mean, if you not really have serious problems and you are so young and just don't care like we did when we were young, just read carefully what you buy and what the ingredients are. It's very important to see what the food industry adds to all the stuff we get, and try at least maybe 2-3 times a week, if possible, to cook something fresh on your own. Then I think you are on a good way to get yourself into something more healthy.
Yeah, you mentioned the health industry and food. What is exactly in our food? There is a lot of chemicals, and if we don't pay attention to that, we have no idea actually what are we eating and what influence it has on our cells. And it's interesting because my doctor told me that he basically doesn't recommend me at this point, how our society, how things are, to go out to any restaurant. That is an interesting to hear something like that. And then maybe I'm repeating myself here, but seriously, you would hear that what kind of quality of food we have these days. And I thought Germany is really good with food. I was living in Holland before, and the bread was really tasting like cotton. And to get the quality of the bread wasn't my thing. I know that a lot of people like this kind of bread, and American people also have this toast bread, and we have it here too. But I could not find some of the products. They were so much processed. They were not natural. And also especially tomatoes. If you buy in tomatoes, the quality is not checked, most of the food is already genetically modified. Also fruits.
Yeah.
So if you eat that tomato and then you feel like burping with fish, then something is off, right?
Yeah. No, that's why you have really to look into where you buy your food. I mean, yeah, and maybe if it's also just a bit more expensive, I mean, then I buy less. But I buy the bio. If I buy something at the supermarket, I try always just to buy the bio food, not the other things, because you never know what's in there already. And otherwise I go to the local stores and look what they have, and especially buying the seasonal stuff then.
Right. Some time ago, I found the list of chemicals that are in food and cosmetics. I cannot repeat even one word. What is there? Xanthan gum, maybe that one I remember.
Okay.
There was in a cosmetic, but also another sort of things that is in cola and in soft drinks, and it's damaging probably brain cells.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you have your like number ones that you tell people, be careful about those, don't buy anything that contains this sort of substances?
I mean, I would not say take your fingers off certain ingredients in food. I mean, the lists are too long, and all these supplements they add to this food doesn't matter which one. If you buy chips or if you buy cola, or I mean, I'm not drinking soft drinks at all. I'm buying fruits juice at the Raiffeisen, so we know they get the fruits from local people. And we also get only by water, and so bubbled water, and then we drink the tap water. And with tea, I mean, of course, you just boil water. So, but with the food, I mean, there are so many supplements and ingredients nobody knows. The food industry, they are so inventive to always find different kind of names and things to add. So you cannot really control it. You have just to be a bit more aware that those things are in our food now, they processed, and either decide for yourself, okay, I can take it a bit, just not to the whole food you eat only. Then I think the body still can live with it if you are not really in a situation where you have big allergies and things like avoid that.
I think that's a problem, because if you take just a little bit, it's addictive. So you want more.
Yes.
And it's designed this way.
Yes.
Probably if we would stop buying it, they would realize they put some ingredients that we don't want to have in our bodies. But because we are not paying attention and we are addicted, most of us, most of people from the society, probably 95%, I don't know how, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know the statistics here, and I don't even know if someone makes statistic here, to not buy these sort of products. Like, for example, I was looking for a biological or healthy ketchup. I like ketchup, and it has a lot of sugar in it, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything like that, even biological ketchup?
No. I mean, ketchup has always sugar in it. Of course, tomatoes have also a percentage on sugar. But I mean, if I cook, I use not the ketchup. I use tomato mark. So I use only this.
Tomato mark is healthy, and because that's the trick of the. If you go to Alnatura, Reforma House here in Germany, we have also basic. There is a lot of products that it's written biological.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with biological if you really look and read.
Yeah.
Like ketchup, I tricked myself one time. Oh, look, there is a biological ketchup. Finally, something healthy.
Oh, then you have to do it on your own. You have to make your own ketchup if you want to know what's inside. But we avoid taking ketchup. I mean, this is just one sample, but we take for when I do some sauce for the meat or also for the salad, I add this tomato mark
And
only.
tomato
This
mark
is in a tube, and
this
it,
one in the tube, yeah.
yes, yeah, and it has also some ingredients in it. Of course, they preserve it. They have to somehow. This is the rule for the food industry. They have to put something in, but it's much less than in ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the lists, and yeah, I mean there are still some yeah.
Conservants.
Yes, right. They
to,
have to put it in, of course,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's much less than yeah.
Mm-hmm. If we go and buy canned food, a lot of people say that it's not healthy,
Yeah.
everything from the can, but you know, beans or anything like that, you would not recommend that, right?
No, not really. I mean, of course, I sometimes also buy a can of kidney beans, add this to the salad, but we don't eat this every day. And of course, we eat this maybe once or twice a month or so, which is not too bad. But I would never buy, yeah, fruits in a can, or this is something, yeah. You can eat this fresh, and if you want to have it preserved and cooked, then you cook it better on your own. It's fast. It's really fast. You just put it in a pot, a little bit of water, and then you can add some honey. I'm also not using any sugar for cooking or baking.
Mm-hmm.
Since almost 20 years now, I'm using this ahorn syrup.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure what it is in English. Yeah,
I have no idea, but
and then I also use
maybe it's the
honey.
same.
I
Mm-hmm.
use the honey also for baking.
Mm-hmm. And stevia, there was this kind of
No.
no,
This
not
is
even
no.
that.
I would not recommend this. I'm not a fan of this. Yeah, this is something. Yeah, it's not needed for the body. You can use some honey or yeah. Ahorn syrup is very nice if you use it in sausage, in a sauce or for a salad. I always add this, and this makes it tasty together with with a lemon, with the taste of lemon, and this combination is always tasty.
Mm-hmm. There is a lot of details here that we are not going to go through everything because I could, basically we could go to the store right now and I could ask you about the products. So people are getting more and more awareness because
Yeah.
sometimes we grab something, it's quick, we eat something, it doesn't taste. We
Mm-hmm.
know it doesn't taste, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We are in a rush and not everyone is cooking. I always take that advice, cook for yourself. And I was forced because of also my health problems. I had to start cooking for myself every day. And there was no compromise in that.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with what's happening in the restaurant, they have very often this taste improvement called in German Schmackverstärker, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It causes sort of, a lot of people told me about it, swallowing. And one friend of mine, he got a foot swollen after eating something in a bar like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't connect that. Only the doctor told him later.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting thing. What can really happen? Because we don't know that until it happens, until our body reacts.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, we don't link those facts because what our food has to do with something what I ate yesterday, right?
That's right, and sometimes it can be 2-3 days before and the reaction comes. So that's why you would never relate it to any food you have eaten, except you do it maybe another time and then you think, oh, I ate this, and then it could have been, I try it again, and then you find maybe out. This is so it's called also an elimination process, If you have some allergy or problems after you ate something, you can eliminate some food, you can leave it out for a while and then add it again, and then you can see if there is a reaction.
That's a very good tip to watch, observe ourselves during the next days after we eat something that we are not so sure about, but we like it.
Yeah.
If there was any reaction a few days later, not necessarily immediate.
Not necessarily the next day or right after you ate it. It can be 2-3 days later because it stays maybe in your stomach, and then you eat something different, and then it reacts together. This is the complex of our colon, of this. This is this interesting part in our body.
Colon. I guess I had a feeling you could tell us more about this, what you learned there. That is so complex. And do you want to share anything more about what did you learn exactly with the colon? What is so sensitive to the products?
Yeah, so I mean, the scientists now figured out that the colon is actually our second brain. And everything you put in your body gets a reaction in your colon. And so you have to be very sensitive and look when you have some reactions. I think it's only coming from the colon. If there is something, not, for example, if I eat some sugar or drink some sweet stuff today, and then I eat cauliflower, maybe the next day, I get problems. I get a lot of air, and there's a reaction between the sugar and the cauliflower. Then, for example.
Oh, wow. That's a very interesting what you just mentioned, because some people say, okay, vegetables are safe, and then it's not when you eat sugar.
Yeah, right. And many people say, oh, you should not eat some blowing vegetables, but this is not true. It's only it shows only in reaction when you have carbohydrates in your colon, and then it starts to react.
That's exactly what I've been told by the doctors. Don't eat cauliflowers, broccoli,
this is wrong. This is completely wrong. Just leave the sugar out and no processed bread and stuff. Then there's no reaction.
That's an interesting. I still don't know how to leave the sugar because I love sugar.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I like it too, and I have this periods where I eat it a lot. Or more than normal, I would say, or more.
So if you eat sugar, don't eat cauliflower the next day.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't eat some blowing, vegetables for the next day, or also some paprika or whatever pepper. It's reacting. This bacteria in the vegetables and fruit, they react with the sugar. And they make this air in your body, in your colon.
So what would you recommend if someone eats sugar and says, okay, I'm hungry right after now, I would like to snack something, or what would you recommend to eat first before, like, you made a mistake, you ate some sugar, and now
I think if you do this 1 week, let's say, leaving out the carbohydrates for 1 week, and after this 3 days of transition period, and then you eat the whole day, let's say a week, and then you figure out your body is not asking you for sugar anymore. This is something you don't want there. The body
first days.
Yes, the first 3 days are very, very hard. I mean, I experienced this, and sometimes I had to break up because I was not ready. My whole body was not ready to do it. So sometimes after 2 days, I said, okay, that's it. I can't do it because I get headaches, I get pain, and I'm sleepy, and I don't really like anybody or myself. This is sometimes really bad.
some naturopath mentioned that is due to having parasites in our bodies. Some sort of, that they need sugar. They want us to eat that sugar, and they are dying out if we do not give them sugar.
Yes, if you don't feed them, yes.
Because we don't feed them, so they trying to force us to feed them.
Yes.
So yeah, that is a good tip. Pick yourself up and try again. Maybe I manage that too one day.
Yeah, I know, and this is something.
It's really hard.
Yeah, to just to go with people and just guide them. That's why I thought maybe now it's the right time to make a YouTube channel and just to bring up some recipes and say you can do this for breakfast, you can do this for lunch and dinner, and just try. It's not too much effort. Okay, it is effort because you have to prepare everything on your own, 3 meals a day. This takes a lot of time, but just if you have a rhythm, then you figure out it's doable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think it's a great idea to start that and try out those recipes and see if we could eventually, even if we're not going to succeed, I would not, to exchange this sugar for honey and put it in the food, in the dosage that will give us something, so we're not going to need that. So we trick our brain, our emotional, let's say emotional hunger, because in most of the cases it's not like the body needs sugar, but it's also whether the parasites need sugar or there is this emotional hunger.
This is also, I mean, sugar is an addiction. This is for sure. If you eat sugar, and then, I mean, that's why when you do this 1 or 2 weeks diet and start, that's why you have all this pain in the beginning, because you have to get rid of the addiction. And this is like if you stop smoking or drinking alcohol, or, this is the same reaction of your body.
All right, I think this is great for the first time. And anyone who's watching us, if you are out there and you have questions or you have a specific question that you would like to answer to, let's do like this. Please comment, ask it under video, and Sylvia will see it. And if you want, we can also leave the LinkedIn profile before you don't have yet your YouTube channel, but it will come. And we will link it here, or we're going to do part 2 on the subject with something specific you would like to learn more about. And today, I thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you very much. It was nice and a pleasure.
Pleasure. The same. Thank you very much. And everyone out there, have a wonderful, inspiring, healthy, and nutrition-wise wonderful meal and day and night. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.